Rejoicing in the good fortune of others is a practice that can help us when we feel emotionally shut down and unable to connect with others. Rejoicing generates goodwill. Pema Chödrön, born July 14, 1936. Welcome to Calm, Clear Curiosity. I'm Christopher Johnson. I think this quote asks us to do something that sounds simple but can be surprisingly difficult. Be genuinely happy for someone else. Most of us would like to believe we already do that. When a friend gets a promotion, or a neighbor buys a new home, or a colleague receives an award, we congratulate them. But Pema Chödrön points to something deeper than just good manners. She suggests that rejoicing is a practice. Like gratitude or patience, it isn't just a feeling, it's something we choose to cultivate. There are moments when that's easy. If someone you love succeeds, you naturally celebrate with them. But what about when you're struggling? What if you've been looking for a new opportunity and someone else gets the job? What if you've been working toward a goal that seems slightly out of reach, while someone else's dream comes together pretty easily? Those moments reveal whether rejoicing is truly a practice. Our culture often encourages comparison. Social media can make it seem as though everyone else is accomplishing more, traveling further, or living a more interesting life. It's easy to slip into the habit of measuring ourselves against everyone around us. The problem is that comparison isolates us. Rejoicing does the opposite. When we celebrate another person's success, we're reminded that good things are possible. Their achievement doesn't diminish our own future. In fact, it can expand our sense of what's possible. I've noticed something similar in public radio and in my work producing online events. Some of the most generous professionals I've met are quick to celebrate someone else's interview, creative idea, or successful event. They understand that excellence isn't a limited resource. Another person's success doesn't take anything away from theirs. If anything, it raises the standard for all of us. The same is true in everyday life. When someone shares good news, we have a choice. We can immediately compare it to our own circumstances, or we can pause and simply be happy for them. That pause matters. It shifts the conversation from scarcity to abundance. Additionally, it strengthens relationships. People remember who celebrated with them. They remember who shared their joy without making it about themselves. Lately, I've been thinking about how curiosity connects with this idea. Instead of asking, why didn't that happen for me? Perhaps we can ask, what can I learn from their journey? That question changes the direction of our attention. It turns someone else's success into an opportunity to learn instead of comparing. If this quote connects with you, my reading recommendation this week is Pema Chödrön's When Things Fall Apart, Hard Advice for Difficult Times. The title might make it sound like a book reserved for life's biggest crises, but I think its ideas are broader than that. Chödrön writes about what happens when life becomes uncomfortable, and our instinct is to escape it. Instead, she asks us to become curious about it. That connects directly with today's quote. Sometimes another person's good fortune can produce an uncomfortable emotion in us. Envy, comparison, disappointment, maybe even resentment. The interesting question isn't whether we're supposed to have those feelings. It's what we do when we notice them. Can we recognize the feeling without allowing it to dictate our response? Can we stay present with the discomfort long enough to choose generosity? Can we genuinely rejoice in someone else's good fortune, even when we're waiting for some good fortune of our own? That's one reason I think When Things Fall Apart is worth spending some time with. It isn't simply about surviving difficult moments. It's about becoming more comfortable examining what happens inside us during those moments. And that seems like a pretty good exercise in curiosity. As we wrap up, here's a question to carry with you this week. Who in your life has experienced something worth celebrating recently? Maybe it's a friend who finished a degree, a coworker that earned a promotion, a neighbor who welcomed a new family member, or someone who simply reached an individual milestone. What would happen if you reached out today with no agenda other than to celebrate their good fortune? You might brighten their day. And according to Pema Chödrön, you may generate a little more goodwill in yourself as well. I'm Christopher Johnson, and this is Calm Clear Curiosity. Till next time, keep curious.